Hello boys and girls, welcome back for another craft. Today we're going to be making a frog. We were learning about animals that come from eggs and how animals grow and change. A frog starts out as a little tiny thing called a pollywog. Can you guys say pollywog? A pollywog is a baby frog, and then a pollywog grows and changes and becomes a grown-up frog. So for our craft today, you should have a piece of paper with a frog on it that looks like this. You're also going to need your scissors to cut out your pieces and some glue and crayons to decorate. Grab those materials, bring them back over to the table, and let's get started. Okay, boys and girls, you should have your paper that looks like this. You have the frog's head and his body, and he has 2 legs, 2 arms, and his sticky tongue. So we're going to start by cutting out the different pieces for our frog. When you're cutting out your pieces, there's lots of lines on there. So when you're cutting out your frog's body, make sure that you cut all the way around both the body and the frog's head, all the way around where I drew my yellow line. When you cut out the legs, I want you to do the same thing. We're going to cut all the way around the big line on the outside of our frog. If you want to try and cut these little toes out for your frog, you can try to do that. But if you can't, that's okay. And you're going to do that for both of your legs. And the same thing with the arms. Make sure you go all the way around the outside of both of the arms. We're not cutting the little lines down the middle or across the legs. Go ahead and grab your scissors and cut out all of your pieces, and then we'll come back together and we'll put our frog together. After you have all of your pieces cut out, we need to put the frog together. But before we can do that, we have to color the frog. Does anybody know what color frogs are? They could be brown, green, maybe a little bit of yellow in there too. Some frogs are even blue. So go ahead and pick out some colors and color your frog. As you work on coloring your frog, make sure that you color the tongue a different color. You can use pink, red, but make sure that you color the tongue something different. Okay, I finished coloring all the different parts to my frog. I made his legs into a pattern. Can you see the pattern that I made on there? I had green, yellow, green, yellow, green, yellow, green down all of his legs. So our frog's body is going to go in the middle, and we're going to give him his 2 legs and his 2 arms. To make the arms, if you want to just glue them on straight, then you can glue them on straight. But we're gonna have a little bit of fun with these legs. So, do you remember those little lines that I was telling you guys not to cut in the beginning? We're going to be folding our paper down these lines. We're gonna start up here with his hand, and we're just gonna fold his hand back, just like that. And then we're gonna fold it towards our bodies the other way. Just a little bit, just a little bit. And we're gonna keep folding back and forth. One on one side, and then the other. Back and forth. This can be a little tricky, so if you need help from a grown-up, go ahead and ask for help. This can be a little tricky to do. Okay, so now I have it all folded up together. And then when I let his leg go, he's got a funny frog leg. So I'm gonna do this to the other leg and the 2 arms. And then you can also do it to the tongue too if you wanna make a silly frog tongue. If you don't want to, you can just leave the tongue straight. And again, if you don't wanna fold your legs, you can just glue them on straight like this too. But I'm gonna make my legs crazy frog legs. Ooh, that one got a little crazy on me. I got that one off the lines a little bit. That's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Same thing with your tongue. If you don't want to bend it too much, you can only bend it a couple times. You don't have to do it a whole bunch of times. Okay. Now that I have all of my pieces all folded together, now we're going to work on gluing them on. And again, you can glue them onto any part of your frog, wherever you think their arms or legs might go. I put my frog's 2 legs down here, and now I'm going to give him his 2 arms. All right, there's my little frog. And I'm going to put his tongue on right on top of his mouth. Okay, I have all of the parts onto my frog. You also have some flies that you can cut out to feed your frog with. There are how many flies do you see? 1, 2, 3 flies. So you can cut those flies out. And you can go ahead and glue them onto your frog's tongue or just play with your frog and his flies. Thank you for doing our frog craft with me today. I hope you enjoyed making a froggy. And now you can go and hang it up and put it on your wall somewhere in your house. We'll see you next time. Bye.